It's heartbreaking, is what I can say. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. Quite heartbroken.
Tell us then what you witnessed last night and how you intervened, because one of the videos that you just heard a clip of there shows you dragging a wheelie bin away from the flames before trying to wrestle a wooden pallet from someone.
I mean, I got there about 6:30 in the evening. There was a large crowd that had gathered, maybe 1,500 people or so. Um, there was an overturned police car, but things were relatively calm. Things were relatively stable. Um, the police were there. The police were there on. The police were there. Probably about 40 of them, but they were all in normal uniforms. They weren't in riot gear. They weren't. They didn't have shields. They didn't have any protective helmets. So myself and a couple of others, we acted as human shields for these officers to try and protect them, and try and push the crowd back. I mean, we're from the community. We're local. We've grown up in that area, so we're well known. So people do respond to us better than they would for someone from outside the community.
So, nevertheless, were you frightened to intervene at that point?
I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking about what the effects would be on our community. We 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 live here. We've grown up here. We just have to do what we can to protect it.
Mm.
I mean, Harehills isn't the richest community in the world, but it's our neighbourhood, and we've got to act in a way that's going to be in the best interest for Harehills.
I mean, we've been told that the violence was sparked by local authority care workers removing children from an address. Um, it seems strange, doesn't it, that something like that would spark such disorder. What more do you know about what caused this?
I don't think it's appropriate to speculate on the exact causes. Uh, at the moment, that's very much a personal family issue. I don't think we can speculate on that, and I don't think it's appropriate to speculate on that without knowing the full details. Um,
Fair enough, because there has been quite a lot of speculation online, as we've said, and the police have warned about that. But what do you know then? You've been down there this morning, I understand, and helped with the clean-up operation. What is the extent of damage that you've seen?
I mean, the damage is quite contained. There was a bus set alight, and there was another bonfire, but there weren't shops damaged. There were some people trying to set one of our libraries on fire, but we managed to stop them. We intervened and prevented them from doing that. Um,
I mean, the scenes are shocking, aren't they? With the fires and the bus being the police car being overturned and so on. What did you think when you witnessed that? What was happening to your community?
it's hard to know what to think when you're in the middle of all of that. I still have a. I got home last night at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was out there from 6:30 ish till 3. I've had a couple of hours sleep, so I haven't really had time to digest everything that's going on. It's heartbreaking, is what I can say. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. Quite heartbroken. Um, we really need better communication between local authorities, between the communities, between the police, between all agencies. We need that dialogue, and a level of trust has to be built up, and we really have to learn lessons from this,
Mm.
because this can't repeat itself again.
And you've been praised for your role in intervening in this, and described as a hero in some online articles, for example. Um, Police are warned about false speculation online about community tensions, and in the past, you have yourself been accused of widening tensions in an online post that you made about a rabbi who'd fulfilled his duty as a reservist in the Israel Defense Forces, and you called him an animal and a lowlife. He says he had to go into hiding because of all the death threats he received as a result. I just wondered, in the light of what you witnessed last night and your role in helping calm things down, do you think you've inflamed tensions yourself in the past?
I'm gonna have to correct you a little bit on that. what we're talking, we've got to remember the context that we're talking about. The context of my criticism of that particular person was there's a plausible genocide going on.
Well,
Um,
you know,
I
Israel
mean,
would say that they're defending
The
themselves.
ICJ have called it. The ICJ, who were a little bit more independent, have called it plausible genocide. While that's going on, I'm strictly of the opinion, anyone who goes and fights for a foreign army should face, shouldn't be allowed to. I don't think if you're a British citizen or if you're a resident of Britain, you should be able to fight for a foreign army. And especially where there's a possibility of war crimes taking place, I don't believe that you should be allowed to freely travel to join that and then come back and work in educational institutions.
But Israel would, of course, reject that there is genocide going on. They say they're responding to the atrocities on October the 7th. And, they would deny that there are
Which
war crimes
fine.
taking place.
Israel
I'm
free
just
to say
wondering,
that.
yeah, I'm just wondering in the light of,
Independent.
but you've witnessed the sort of damage that false online speculation can do in a community. And I just wondered if you'd sort of reflected on your remarks as a result of that. And,
I mean,
the rabbi had to go into hiding with his family.
um, I very much, with regards to my contribution to what happened or the aftermath. I mean, I made a video. I criticized certain actions about a person. Um, I didn't encourage violence. I didn't encourage anyone to attack him. I didn't encourage anyone to go and protest. Um, so, so I don't think uh, what I did in that video or that commentary had anything to do with what happened afterwards.
Do you apologise to the rabbi,
I mean,
though?
I mean, I don't believe that my video inspired anyone to go and protest or threaten him or to do anything to him. So I don't think it's fair to link the two together. I think they're two separate things, and I don't think it's appropriate to link the two together.
Well, he did have to go into hiding after your comments were posted. But I'm just returning to the events of last night because clearly you played this role in trying to sort of calm things down. The Green Party's investigating your earlier comments, including separate comments on the day of the Hamas attacks that Palestinians had the right to fight back. Um, Now you're a councillor. Do you think you will sort of weigh your words more carefully?
I've I'm someone who speaks from the heart. I don't appear on interviews with pre-prepared answers. I try to give you an honest and proper answer to the question that you're asking. Um, I am someone who speaks from the heart. I'm not someone who's media trained, so I won't go down the route of trying to provide politically neutral answers. I will continue to speak up. Um, yeah, I'll continue to speak up for the things that I believe in, and continue to speak up for my community. I'll continue to speak up for Gipton and Harehills.
Mothin Ali, thank you very much for joining us.